Hi, folks. Georgie again from AKISC. So, welcoming you all for this new session with Mrigya. So, she is a master's graduate in the program of Fintech from the University of Exeter, UK. And so she's a financial technology professional. She has got her first job, and she was currently pursuing that at this particular point. So let's kick off and start to know more about her student life while being an international student, and then to getting her first job and the experience there. So Mrigya, over to you. Maybe you can start off with that introduction, maybe right from your initial days of your bachelor's, what you did, and then from there to your international student life. How did you go with the particular program? How was the particular program? Again, one thing is like I think before this session was started, I mentioned that fintech, masters in fintech is something that I've heard new. So I think some of our community would also be having that same sense. So maybe you can take in depth on what exactly happens there, whether you also do the coding as well as the financial part, and then maybe from there. Yeah. Okay. Over to you, Miguel. Yeah, please.
Okay, fine. So if you are talking about then when I was in my final year of engineering, I gave IELTS and then I cleared maths with 7 bands. And then after that, everything was going fine. Then COVID pandemic got hit. Okay, so the pandemic got hit, but however, I pursued a freelancing teaching job. So for initially when it was a lockdown in whole India, in whole world, when pandemic was going on, I was teaching students, and my last semester exams were also got postponed. But in the meantime, I was doing both, giving the exam also and uh, uh, teaching the students. And meanwhile, University of Exeter, before that, my University of Exeter, which is a Russell Group, part of a Russell Group of UK. I am sure what is Russell Group. You are aware. I know. I'm sure. So they postponed it to January. Means they wanted to create a new group for January because of pandemic students. There were less number of students coming for September 2020. And however, in meantime, I was with the what we say with the education consultant called Advice. They gave me every detail. Actually, in UK, it's easier. Most of the 98% get a visa, student visa. Only 2% don't get because of just one silly mistake. That is, their financial statement is not more than 28 days. Your money should be more than 28 days. That's the main thing. Else everybody gets the visa. So me and my father, we were going through this tough process, and then luckily in December 2020, I got my visa. But then in the next, after just few after this, there was a UK strain, that COVID strain came, and my flight in January was cancelled, and then this Boris Johnson declared the lockdown, and then for first 1 month I studied online. However, my parents were adamant that, and my uncle who stays in London, he was adamant that please don't send her right now. It's not a good situation. But after speaking to my friends, not friends, the batch people who were already in UK, spoke to them. They were like, you can come here. So initially, it was very tough. COVID test going, everything and all. It was tough, to be honest, at starting. Then I came here. Then I from London to Exeter, I could train. It was very first time. Yeah, it was very hectic and nervous because I was traveling first alone for the first time. But however, in the same time, you can gain confidence. So yeah, I was staying at a student accommodation in starting, and eventually everything in UK became fine. And then in India, second wave came in India. So luckily, when the second wave came in India, meantime, my classes were on campus, so I had a really good campus experience. So and the main thing is that the my coming to the university life, there are many clubs. For example, there are Indian clubs. If you are in Indian, so you can celebrate. Means you won't feel homesick if you are Indian. Means even if you feel homesick, it will just take a while, and then you can leave, and you can cook cook good food. Yeah, initially for 1 to 2 months you might miss India. But however, my suggestion to students is just be yourself. For example, if you're bored, just do some online coding skills, anything, okay? And or watch Netflix or Amazon Prime on to get your. And if you like cooking, you can cook. You can join some clubs, meet new people outside. Like for example, last year in June 2021, I joined British Heart Foundation as volunteer, and I met new people. It was a really good experience for me. and everything went fine. And even when everything was eased, we celebrated Navratri and Diwali also festival at uni. And coming to studies, yeah, if coming to our fintech is means financial technology. Nowadays, everything is in fintech. So my program director, he was obsessed with cryptocurrencies. So he used to teach us that how cryptocurrency will work and how to extract data. And also not just cryptocurrency, we should even two models with business analytics. Even I have seen many Indian students going for business analytics also. So I studied two models of business analytics as well as not just even then few from I have studied marketing also, sales also, and then what we say the banking and finance, that how banking and finance works in a fintech company, means everything related to fintech. Fintech is a huge domain. Whatever comes in the fintech, I have studied over there. And last was the hackathon project. Many people in UK, when they did their masters, they have dissertation. When 10,000 was dissertation, 3,000, 30,000 was dissertation. I had a hackathon project where me and my group mates were supposed to make an app on Bitcoin wallet. So we did that. So yeah, and coming to the job stage, when I was done with my course with 90%, I joined KFC. And at the same time, I was started looking for jobs. So yeah, initially getting first job was very difficult. However, at starting you might get rejections, but from every time you'd get to learn a lesson. So yeah, so meanwhile I was doing job at KFC, and on the spare time I was applying for jobs. And also on the other hand, you can gain skills also by learning online from Udemy or Coursera. It's really good if you get the certificates. In the meantime, you can get that. Even I am also doing that at the moment. And then I got a job. Then I moved to London. But however, yeah, I gained a good experience. It was a good company named Viva Wallet. It's a Greek company operating in 24 operational companies. But however, due to the workload, I have been laid off. But to be honest, it's not the end of the life. I'm gaining new skills. And to be honest, from my experience, getting second job is not tough. I have many interviews piled up. So it's just a matter of time. So yeah, but to be honest, from my experience, yeah, there might be some ups and downs, but it's a life. Everything will be fine. So that's my story.
Wonderful, wonderful, Mrigya. So maybe let's start off with the first topic. That's so why did you go for fintech? If I'm not wrong, you did your bachelor's in engineering. That was again in electrical, if I'm right. So from there, you went on to select fintech. So maybe you can start off by maybe giving your idea or your thought process behind choosing that kind of a topic, and what was the course structure or what was the exact programs there, like whether it was like, so you mentioned the one topic was into cryptocurrencies and bitcoins, and maybe you can maybe dig deeper into this because it's again a new domain, so maybe that would be helpful for that.
Fine. Yeah. So coming to that means, so first of all means I was always a tech savvy. I had a great interest in coding, but because of the means not scoring good in JEE in India, so I had to learn in electrical. But on the other hand, I was following the trends, so I got to know that nowadays finance is involving, and I was very weak in finance. So however, I decided to gain some knowledge in finance. So because in future I know that investment is more important. And on the other hand, fintech was growing. For example, now since this COVID hit now, many people are not accepting cash here in UK. Everything is going contactless. Either they are with the card payment or with the app payment. Everything is going contactless or a bank transfer. So that's why now, since it's in demand, so hence I decided to choose this topic. And regarding this fintech program, actually every university has different structure. But coming to my university, means for master's degree it is compulsory to complete 180 credits. So some modules were compulsory and some were optional. So for me, optional was one was the business analytics, that two modules of business analytics people, marketing, then innovation and entrepreneurship. I took these three, and compulsory were banking and finance, fundamentals of financial technology, where I have learned about the Ethereum, cryptocurrency, and how Bitcoin was made. Advanced fintech, where my professor told me that how you can extract the data from website, from crypto compare and all. And there were then applied econometrics, where you can use the means find the data extraction from the means for the smallest means in the what happens in econometrics, when if you want to find the possibilities using the machine learning, that is econometrics. It is very important in financial aspects, and not just in fintech. Even those people who are going for banking and finance, they also will learn applied econometrics. And let me think. I'm sorry. What was the another module? So there were 2 to 3 modules. I don't remember exactly. And yeah, some had law. I didn't study law, but international banking was also important because every bank has different laws. So that's also good. And it depends on university, as I told you. So that's what I have studied. And yeah, means most of them, it's like here it is coursework, only 20% are exams, else 80% here are coursework. It depends on your assignment and how you do that. And most importantly, from my experience, please, this is not India that where you can copy and paste. Here plagiarism is very strict. So just be careful for those who are students who are coming now. Please, if you're doing assignment, please take care of plagiarism. It's very important here.
Understood. Thank you for your note. Now, so for this particular program that you did, Masters of Fintech, what are the different job opportunities or job roles that people can look into if applying for a job?
Yeah. Fintech is a huge domain. Okay, they can look in technical also, non-technical also. For example, for these 2 months, I was in sales. So you can go for sales or business development. And if you want to go to coding, you can go for analyst job also, or a blockchain developer. Blockchain developer is also in demand. Or you can be analyst on, you can go to financial services also. Nowadays, digital banking is very important. You can go in banks also, many banks. All banks are accepting that degree. So you can go to banks, payments, insurance companies also, digital insurance, or many fintech firms like Revolut, and those who are accepting the what we say governments, digital banks, anywhere one can get a job, and not just or any in a financial sector, or compliance or regulation, or some yeah.
Got it.
We can get that. Yeah.
Understood. Okay, so maybe now I think we can go to your first job. So how did you get that? What was your experience like? I think you mentioned that you worked at KFC as part-time during your master's program, and then after that you went for the first job. So so I've heard from multiple people from the community itself, and I was speaking to them that they found it really hard to get that first job. Went through a lot of pain, submitted more than 100 plus resumes, 150 plus resumes, and they were only getting calls from maybe less than 10, and then interview getting completed only for 5 or 6, and then at least at the end maybe 1 or 2 gives you the offer. So that was mostly the pipeline like. Now, what was your experience there? How did you come across your first job? How was the whole interview process like?
Are you talking about the KFC or my current fintech one?
Fintech.
Yeah, fintech one, obviously. Okay, yeah. So meantime means I was keep on applying. So, but then when I got my first first it was like assessment, like I gave, then I failed, and then after means I didn't give up. My suggestion is to never give up. Just keep on trying, and from everything you will learn. And exam, and here what happens if there are so many applicants. So my suggestion is to if you apply today, just after 1 week, write a follow-up email. This indicates that to the employer that this person is interested. So it can, maybe they can reply, maybe they cannot reply, but still it gives an indication. And always after giving an interview, always write a thank you email. This will also give a good indication. So yeah, this is from I have learned from everywhere, and this is how I got it. And I am saying that please, if you are really finding it hard to get a first job, then what we say, start compromising like I did. Means I wanted in a coding, but still I got into sales. After that you can get, because not just from my experience, from other experience, also from my friends' experience, also getting second job is not that tough. Even you can promote yourself from one position to another internally as well in future, but at starting you should compromise. And coming to sponsorship jobs, okay fine, you have 2 years graduate visa, and don't mention that you have a graduate visa unless they ask for, because most of them are reluctant to give sponsorship. So many, very few from my batch, only 2 to 3 people got sponsorship, else everybody is working on PSW. Yeah, at starting it will be very hard, but don't lose hope. And another thing is that if you don't want to if you don't want to work in UK, then don't get a PSW. There are many opportunities in India also, because after coming from UK, if you have hold a master's degree, that will be a good sign for the Indian companies as well. So it's up to you. It's up to the individual.
Understood. Okay. Right now you're currently seeking for a second opportunity,
Yes.
specifically in the fintech domain. So what are the different steps that you're taking on a regular basis? What is your day like right now, seeking for the second role? What have you optimized, or what are you currently targeting on? Can you please share?
Yeah, so currently it's not just fintech, even in a financial services I'm also looking, like in a SaaS and all, means there are, because everything is nowadays what we say required in financial services. For example, there is a fraud now, example financial frauds are happening a lot. I'm looking in that also, so I'm just keep on applying every time and waiting for the replies. It will take time here, but still. And plus, on the other hand, I'm doing a blockchain course on Udemy. You should always do a course, and you should go for a walk outside. Means even evening I go for a walk and do some hobbies like cooking food and all. So this will keep you busy. And another thing is, okay, if you are in a situation like me, spend money wisely.
Understood. All right. So I think that's it from our end. So any advice for again students who are currently looking out for their first job, or specifically maybe on the in the fintech domain? If you have anything, maybe you can share.
Yes, I can share. But to be honest, from my experience, I will say that if you're coming as a student in September or in January, just enjoy your student life. Don't be pressurized about job. Just enjoy this life. And doing part time is not compulsory until or unless there is a financial issue. Like I did, I started doing in November, though my course ended in December. I started doing part time in November. So it's okay. It's up to you. If you want to do part time, do, and if you don't want to do, but don't let you hamper it with your studies. So this student life, and apart from studies, join societies, have fun, do everything, because this 1 year won't come again in your life. Because after that, yeah, and if you want to start searching for a job, you can search once you start your dissertation. And during that time, you can start.
Understood. Okay. So I think that's it from our end. Thank you, Mrigya, for this wonderful session. That was, I think there was a lot of specific points that we can take in from your session. It would be really valuable for our community as well. Thank you for your time. All the best for your second job hunt. Let everything go well within the next couple of weeks. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rajiv. Bye.
Bye.